want to talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that?
Oh.
Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's episode of Spot Show live stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's get the mumbo jumbo out of the way. Hey, if you're watching this live, join me in the chat. Discuss anything that I bring up tonight, or ask just a random question. Always leave time for that. It's because sometimes we would go from wrestling to this talking bullshit. But if you don't want to ask questions, hey, feel free to say hello, and I'll say hey right back at you. If you're not joining me live, I do. You can watch this anytime, of course, and it'll be replayed. I call it replay, even though it just gets saved on YouTube. So you once this is done, it stays on YouTube forever. So you can watch it whenever. And again, they got a comment section. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, or just say hello. Also, if you're halfway entertained by this, give me a thumbs up. Click on that thumbs up button. It lets me know you like it. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Gosh, that sounded corny. Click on that subscribe button. Sounds like game showish. Been doing that a lot lately on my, especially on my what was it, the WWE Raw recap. Did that a couple times. Anyway, of course, I start off every live stream about just talking gibberish, to kind of give people time if they want to join in the chat, get them up and loaded. I actually learned something. Well, I learned this during the year. Let's see. Back, I guess, 2017, 16, 17, 18, whatever, I always noticed the people who worked in the office had two computer screens. I'm like, why do y'all need two computers? That's corny. One to play, I guess one to play on. This kind of, ribbon them, of course. And it wasn't until I went back to school that I found out, hey, having two screens is very useful. So I realized that. Then tonight I kind of realized, when I seen pictures of people's little streaming build or equipment and stuff like that, they would have sometimes 3 or 4 screens. I'm like, why in the heck? Because on my desktop, I do got 2 screens. That's why sometimes you see me look this way, sometimes look that way. And I need to learn, since I do got set up right in front of me, I should learn how to do this, or at least cut my eye a little bit better, or be like some people on YouTube I've seen. Seen them wear sunglasses. Maybe I should start doing that. But that sounds cheap. That's other people's gimmick, not mine. Need to form my own gimmick. Slowly, surely building up to that. But, but it wasn't until today I kind of realized, because I'm trying to get a little fancy here, like I said, I learned, as you see right there, I've learned overlays. See, I'm not totally slow, but, not that I'm tech savvy or anything like that. I can plug, like I mentioned last week, or the other week when I was talking about getting a new internet service. I can plug stuff up and have it working. Have you talked to me about technical stuff, how fast stuff is and stuff like that? Phew, right over my head. So I'm not into that. So now that I'm kind of learning that, I'm like, you know what? I could use like at least a third screen to kind of set this up because I am trying to up my game. I want to get good at this. It's fun, but I do want to improve and get good at it and all that good stuff. So that's the reason I learned overlays. I want to start learning some new stuff as soon as I get some time off. Hopefully Thanksgiving week and I'll have off most of it. At least Thursday, you got to do the family thing, and it's just fun. Single people like me, we call Thanksgiving grocery day. Uh, Again, Christmas Day for a bachelor like me, grocery day. So we have 2 big grocery days a year. Uh, just anyway, yes, let's get. We already got a couple people in the chat joking what's going down. I don't know what is going down. Karen Pool with a. I'm old. I need glasses. With alien saying, "Hey, hello, Karen Pool. How how has your week's been? Hopefully, pretty good." And by God, this is gonna be the first and last time I mention this. But God dang, I'm glad this election shit is over with. Oh gosh. Uh, I'm glad they got the results just like that, stuff like that. Prolong this for another month and so on and so forth. But you know, but that's all the political talk I'm doing tonight. That's this time talk about wrestling and bullshit about other shit, entertaining stuff, not real world bullshit. All right, so I think we got. But yeah, so I think I need a. I actually do got another screen in there, but it's kind of like got a stand and stuff like that. Oh, good, you can watch YouTube again. That's good. Why can't you before? I missed something. Now I'll tell you. I'll go ahead and apologize. We will be talking about the Crown Jewel Premium Live event. I will apologize just to give you a hint of how out of it I was last week. With being under the weather and everything, I totally forgot there was a Crown Jewel Premium Live event. I totally forgot about that. So, we'll talk about the results. I watched a little bit of it, but like I said, we'll get to that later. Right now, let me bring up. So, hold on a second. Anyway, let's get talking about wrestling. First thing we want to talk about. Let's talk some AEW a little bit. First up, Malachi Black. I guess there was some rumors or some speculation that uh, that he after last night's match with Adam Cole that he might be leaving, but that rumor was quickly put to rest. Um, According to the article, despite speculation regarding his potential exit from AEW after his defeat to Adam Cole on the November 6th episode of AEW Dynamite. By the way, this week's AEW Dynamite recap is uploaded. So therefore, after this, go check it out. The situation seems to be misrepresented. The member of the House of Black took to social media to set the record straight in a video posted shortly after the November 6th AEW on TBS broadcast. "I'm not injured, nor am I retiring, nor am I leaving," Black stated. "I feel this happens every match I have. he added, "I don't understand how many times you're going to say these things and they not happen, and people are going to still fall for that. I haven't been injured in more than 3 years." So AEW fans, you still have Malachi Black. I think he's a hell of a talent. Last match wasn't Adam Cole or Madam Black's best match. Good. I mean, their worst match together is probably better than a lot of people's. I will give them credit for that. I'm not shitting. It was still pretty good, but I think sometimes when you get that long layoff, uh, and I discussed this on the Dynamite recap. Sometimes you need to get that ring, get back in the I won't say ring shape, but get the timing back and stuff like that. That's what like in baseball. They if the star player gets injured, uh, after they recover from their injury, they'll send them to the minor leagues, do some rehab starts, and get things back in order, and before they come back up and either do great or how are they going to do. Um, so it really kind of showed during the spoiler alert if you didn't watch Dynamite last night. Powerhouse Hobbs was the uh, special or mystery partner. Um, and he looked a little sluggish. Like, man, he could use some time in the ring, but like I said, I don't run a company. These are grown people. Let them, do as they shall. And of course, I'm not their boss either. Seems like the boss would try to say something to him about that. But anyway, like I said, Malachi Black, hell of a talent. He's still going to be in AEW for a while. Uh, not want to. Guess he doesn't want to rejoin his wife in the WWE yet. I guess he's having fun hanging out with Buddy Murphy and uh, Brody King. So, and they're part of great trios tag. Um, I'm high on Buddy Murphy. Of course, you just hear me. I'm high on Malachi Black. Uh, wish they kind of do something more with them. Uh, like I said, I have my, some moves do need to be protected, but like I said, not my company. I'm not the boss. I get their niche, so I take it for what it is. Anyway, for some more AEW news, apparently AEW's applied for a couple of trademarks. One of the trademarks they filed for is uh, Parade of Champions and AEW Parade of Champions. The trademark detail indicates they are intended for goods and services related to the continuing wrestling program, including educational and entertainment services, namely a continuing program about wrestling accessible by radio, television, satellite, audio, video, and computer networks, entertainment services, and nature of live wrestling performances, entertainment service, and the nature of production of wrestling programs and events. Hey, Brendan Watson. Sorry, we don't match again. Purple, but I do got a pink. I'll drink a pink one tomorrow. Anyway, where was that? Let's see. Entertainment services, namely an ongoing multimedia program featuring wrestling distributed via various platforms across multiple forms of transmission media. Entertainment services, namely an ongoing series featuring wrestling provided through television and intranet entertainment services, namely production and distribution of ongoing television programs in the field of wrestling. Of course, as some of you old school fans will know, that the name Parade of Champions has a storied legacy in the wrestling history, most notably utilized by World Class Championship Wrestling for their Von Erich Memorial shows. Namely, the first Parade of Champions was the David Von Erich Memorial Parade of Champions. The first one was '84. That's the one with Kerry Von Erich defeated Ric Flair to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Uh, let's see. Then I think wasn't I think yeah maybe at '87 I think it was. That's around when Mike Von Erich passed away, so it became David and Mike Von Erich Memorial Parade of Champions. Uh, yeah, very tragic. No information has been released regarding the specifics of these trademarks or their intended applications. Um, St. Tony the Con. You are hearing this, what you're from. If you're gonna have a Parade of Champions event of any kind, do it in Texas. Just do it that much service. Do it in Texas, uh, Dallas, Texas. And don't you have the Kevin Von Erich's sons on contract? I need to push them. Well, I guess they're the Ring of Honor trios champion with, or 6-man champions with Dustin Rhodes, which I just heard recently too. I think his contract expired too. I do believe. If you know better than that, let me know in the chat or the comments. Let's see. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, not sure about the intended purposes of them purchasing the name Parade of Champions, except for maybe using it one day. Who knows? Who knows what goes on in that little man's head? Just all right. Let's move along here. Last week we had some WWE releases. Uh, Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox, Indy Hartwell, and Baron Corbin got their good luck on your future endeavors. I think Tegan Knox has already got a booking coming up pretty soon. Of course, going by a different name. Indy Hartwell, she was very popular. The fans seemed to like her pretty well. She was in that tag team with Candice LeRae, where they had a little bit of program, and I guess they got cut from SmackDown. Unfortunately, I don't watch SmackDown like I should be doing. I know I'm a bad wrestling podcast, I should be watching it more. Should be watching everything. That's my fault. But anyway, uh, fans seem to dig her, and it seemed like they was trying to push Tegan a little bit when she first came in. I think she was one of the challengers for when Becky Lynch was having her open challenge deal. Uh, Tegan Knox was one of the first ones, and didn't do well. She it was a decent match, if I remember rightly. If I remember correctly, the first match with her and Becky Lynch was pretty good. Every other match I seen her in was, eh. So I really wasn't as high on Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell as I was, say, uh, uh, Zoe Stark. Very high on her, still very high on her. And well, Sky, but Barry Corbin, I kind of felt bad for her a little bit. He wasn't one of my favorites, but uh, they would throw him some stuff, and once it seemed like it was working, or he was making it work for him, and fans were finally biting into it a little bit, they would like uh, just drop it, which is pretty bad. It's kind of like Damien Sandow. So for Damien Sandow, no offense to Barry Corbin, uh, uh, Sandow was a lot more talented, to say that, in my opinion. But uh, like the Happy Corbin, it seemed like it was working, and they just ended it suddenly. And well, the GM thing he did, which again, um, I didn't dig it, but I thought the team with him and Braun Breaker was entertaining and pretty good. Uh, but once Braun Breaker came up to the main roster, they kind of just left Barry Corbin where he was. Uh, and apparently, they filmed some stuff for Netflix with him, and I was like, then they released him. So, or they told him his contract was not going to be extended. Uh, I say Corbin. I don't think he would be. I don't think he'll be used well or in AEW. I think if he was going to keep at it, he would go to. He should go like TNA or maybe Japan. Because I know it's kind of been a while, but uh, dude's a big dude. Uh, when he first came in with that Lone Wolf thing, had that killer snug style repertoire or gimmick going. So I think I'll go back to the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin or whatever name he's going to have to go by probably his real name. I think it'd be good in Japan or TNA. As far as these two ladies, um, I let's face it, AEW needs some talented female, and I think Tegan and Indy should do well in AEW because um, mm, they're a whole lot better than what some of the AEW roster has. Uh, Now I do like Chris Statlander. I think her and Chris Statlander and Indy Hartwell have some good matches. Possibly, or Tegan and uh, Chris Statlander. Who Jamie Hayter. I was kind of making fun of her on my Dynamite recap. Whatever, they still like her, but I don't know. It was kind of it's kind of cringy to watch now. But and of course, I think they both have good matches with Sasha Banks. And oh, she retired from. I didn't know she retired from wrestling. Read that. I just heard that she was released. So never mind about Indy Hartwell then. My bad. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't read that anywhere. But so that kind of leaves Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox, I think, should do. She probably do well in TNA or AEW. Her TNA does have. Unfortunately, I don't watch enough TNA to know to really judge it. But um, but Tegan, she had a good match with Statlander and Mariah May. Maybe with a right push, because I mean, fans seem to kind of dig Tegan Knox at the beginning, then kind of floundered after that. But maybe a little bit. Oh, oh, I thought it was. because her wrestling dream was just to be in a WWE. I thought she was gonna maybe keep wrestling until she might get called back up to WWE. Like a few people have done, like Drew McIntyre. He left for a while, then came back. Who else? I'm drawing a blank on that. I didn't think she was retiring. I thought that was just uh, her saying goodbye to the WWE, not just wrestling altogether. So I had to look into that a little bit more, discuss that more. I don't have too much stuff on the docket, so let's start the old Google machine. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on okay, yeah, I think she was just saying bye to the um, just to the WWE fans, because they don't say anything about her retiring. Even Johnny Gargano said it hopes that eventually she'll make her way back and has untapped potential. We can check her Wikipedia because that's always that's always right on the money. Da, da, da. So yeah, it just says she's released, not uh, uh, Samantha D. Martin. Is an Australian professional wrestler, one-time NXT Women's Champion, one-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. Uh, Trained by the PCW Academy. So, so yeah. Nah, only thing was it is her leaving WWE. That's it so far. I mean, she's only 28, so yeah, she's got plenty of time. Kind of, if she doesn't go to AEW, or she might go there for a couple more years. Kind of, or just do some independent wrestling for a couple more years. Kind of figure it out a little bit better, or figure out something that will improve herself or her character, like Drew McIntyre did. Maybe she'll come back. Same thing with Tegan. Corbin, I don't never say never, but I'm not saying he will not be back anytime. But I don't see people clamoring for Baron Corbin to come back. I was never really a super huge fan of his, but I did realize that sometimes he was giving stuff and he kind of made it work. So then they would kind of just drop it, or suddenly end it for what one reason or another. All right. about some WWE Crown Jewel. Like I said, didn't watch. I watched some of it here and there, whatever. Because by the time I realized that, oh crap, this is when I was on basically on social media, and I was like seeing all these results. I was like, oh shit, Crown Jewel is tonight. But like I said, you know, between leg being hurt, under the weather, all that good stuff, I was out of it. So I thought I was like on the smoke. But actually, Survivor Series is the 30th. I'm looking forward to that. So I got Full Gear and uh, Survivor Series. Look forward to. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. It was like almost a Raw and a half, not like a pay per view uh, type deal. Kind of, it's almost like they kind of did something to set up Survivor Series a little more. If that makes sense. But um, that wasn't too bad. All right, first match of the night was Bloodline versus Bloodline. It was it was Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Hamatunga with Tongoloa uh, versus Roman Reigns and the Usos, Jay and Jimmy. Let's see. Referee took a bump. Jacob Fatu. Uh, yeah, Reigns was going for. Anyway, I don't know. I wish I realized what it was, and the only reason I kind of like it is because me doing this, it kind of makes it easier to watch it during the daytime, get my notes, and then do a complete recap thing from it. But of course, this time I didn't. Uh, I don't mind the 5-6 match card. Like kind of, it's it gives a little more variety and a little more prestige. Uh, and you're just not throwing stuff together and then trying to get the timing down or have an event be 12 hours long or something, 8 hours long. Um, so yep, got the ref bump. Uh, uh, Reigns knocks down Loa. Uh, Fatu stopped the Superman punch and hits the top rope moonsault. Then Fatu takes care of Jay and Jimmy. Solo hits Reigns with a pair of Samoan spikes and pins Roman Reigns. So Solo Sikoa winds up pinning uh, Roman Reigns. And after that, a little more of a beatdown. Sami Zayn comes down. Looks like he's going to join the Solo Sikoa, branch of the bloodline. So, but Sammy said no, gave him the exploder suplex. Uh, Sikoa was kind of isolated by four of them. Roman Reigns went for a punch. At the same time, Zayn was going for a haluva kick. And then winds up Sikoa duck and Zayn hit Reigns, so that caused some confusion there because was it on purpose? Was it on accident? Blah blah blah. They had more. Uh, they had LA Knight in a three-way. And after that, we had Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill defend the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship against Damage Control, Metaphor, Lost Legend, and Jakara Jackson, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven in a final four-way. Uh, Niven actually splashed Green. Belair and Cargill hit the Doomsday device on Niven, and Belair pinned her to win the match, retain their titles. Kind of sad that Damage Control didn't win, but it's made up for because on Raw, Io Sky did win the Battle Royal, become the number one contender for the WWE Women's World Champion. Um, some, I mean, your main event's going to kind of be the same because they're just what draws. Kind of because kind of notice they don't, you know, uh, Gunther don't wrestle much on Raws anymore, and he is the World Heavyweight Champion. So therefore, when he wrestles, if he wrestles on a tape or a premium live event, it makes it more special and kind of old school style. If you want to see the world champion wrestle, you go in a meaningful match. You're gonna have to watch the premium live event. Of course, they don't have pay per view, but yeah, because I had to really kind of go back and look at the other cards. All right, after that, there's a couple of guys who not been on too many premium live events lately. Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. Uh, Rollins winds up hitting Bronson Reed with a super stomp to win a match. After the match, Reed got up back on his feet, glared at Rollins, who looked shot. Reed motioned for Rollins to return, but Rollins jawed at him for a while and kind of left. He said, "Yes, I've already pinned that big fucker." Then the fourth match we ain't seen in a while or whatever. It was the Raw Women's Champion Liv Morgan facing SmackDown's WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan facing the Women's Champion Nia Jax for the inaugural WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Which, good gosh, that freaking belt's bigger than she is. Uh, but had some interference. Obviously, Morgan wound up hitting the Oblivion to pin Jax to win the match, thus becoming the first WWE Women's Crown Jewel match. Yeah, she got some help from, of course, Dominique Rodriguez, uh, Strat, I guess, got involved a little bit herself. I guess kind of teasing again a Money in the Bank cash in, but no, no cash ins in Saudi Arabia. Not this week. After this, it was supposed to have been Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, but uh, Kevin Owens wound up attacking Randy Orton, kept fighting back and forth, and pretty much called the match off. After pretty much Owens hit a fine elbow drop on Orton through some tables. kind of injuring both of them, and like I said, the match kind of thrown out after that. Next up, got a three-way for the United States Championship. LA Knight going against Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. At the end, Hayes set the face buster, but Knight cut him off. Hit Hayes with the blunt force trauma to win the match and keep the championship. So that was like a lot of complaints lately too. I mean, same ones you have. It's like, how come there's no Intercontinental Championship matches or U.S. title matches? Uh, and yes, they kind of been bad about not having a little more variety. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you gotta have your money makers on there, but sometimes you gotta, uh, especially on these like the Crown Jewel. It's it's like it's like you said. They still put more emphasis on the big four: Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, of course, SummerSlam. And that's it. Wait a minute. Or the three. Nobody cares about the King of the Ring anymore. There's some more King of the Ring. Well, I mean, they do have one. But they kind of usually bring it for the international shows and stuff. Because right now you don't have, you got CM Punk and Drew McIntyre kind of taking a break, well deserving after the Hell in a Cell match. Um, but usually they kind of throw more people in there as far as Survivor Series, Summer or Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam. Yeah, did four. My bad. What was the hell thing? I had to fucking count people. But I think the more emphasis is on them, more people gets on uh, their shit. Fuck. Sorry, folks. But yeah, like I said, they've been hit a little of that. So you got a little bit of variety here. You got, and like I said, I didn't see all of it, seen bits and pieces. Just couldn't get settled down enough to watch the full one, the full event. So I watched basically the highlights. Um, then, of course, the main event of the night was for the inaugural uh, Crown Jewel Men's Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, who is the undisputed WWE Champion, against the WWE World's Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Good match. I mean, Gunther's going to have a good match. Cody don't have bad matches. Let's see. Basically, they did Cody went for the Cody Cutter. Gunther caught him in a sleeper hole. Cody countered that with hopping on top turnbuckle, shifting his weight on top of Gunther for the 1, 2, 3. Basically, the Roddy Piper Bret Hart WrestleMania Intercontinental title match. I forgot which WrestleMania that was. Was it 8? No. Was it 8? Or was it 9? No, 9 was 8. I can't remember now. But yeah, like I said, it was kind of a. I mean, the best match all week was, as far as WWE, was Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable. You didn't see that on Raw, man. That was a hell of a match. Freaking Dragon Lee took some hella freaking bumps in that match. Uh, and of course, if you watched AEW last night, you seen Darby Allin take a hell of a damn bump where Claudio Castagnoli freaking picked him up in the military press on the floor and freaking threw him into the damn ring post. It's like, dude, man, gonna end up like Mick Foley retiring fucking early and whatnot. But as far, I mean, I do kind of dig this, especially shows like this, 4 or 5 matches, all you need. Um, then because you do got, well, right now you just got 2 hours of Raw, and 2 hours of SmackDown. You also got to fill up week after week after week after week. And those you gotta have a little more variety, so people do tune in week after week after week after week. Then maybe the premium live event. I'm just guessing what their psychology is on this one or their reasoning. Except for yeah, you're gonna have pretty much the same main events. Especially now, I mean, pretty much Survivor Series. It's gonna be blood or not? I guess Bloodline versus Bloodline. Solo Sikoa's Bloodline against the OG, Bloodline led by Roman Reigns. Um, and I guess that's when Sammy will be like, "Hey, welcome me back. Come on, Honorary Oos. I'm feeling Oosy again." Like I said, sorry I didn't watch it all. Probably should have, but like I said, I was totally out of it last week and, and totally forgot about it. But I do got locked in here. I do believe Full Gear is the 23rd. Let me look at the calendar. So the 23rd is the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and Survivor Series is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, yep, get to chill, relax, and watch Survivor Series. Uh, like I said, again, uh, Thanksgiving week, no spot show live stream because it's Thanksgiving. By the time I'll be ready to start live, my belly will be full. I'll be like, this week is it turkey sandwich time? So yeah, that would probably be me if I did a live stream after having that nice Thanksgiving feast. Um, Still ain't really made up my mind about the Friday or Wrestling Gold Friday night yet. Um, hmm, I still have to think about that. I will be one thing I got to do this weekend. I got to watch the third Survivor Series and for Stargate 80. Do some classic wrestling reminiscing about those two events. Uh, so you will be getting content from me, but probably not live. Y'all gotta take a break sometimes. And playing, get sick and working still, and I need that break. Um, uh, Going to cut it short tonight. Um, had a very long Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday came back, um, and can't tell I'm really kind of tired a little bit more. Um, but I do appreciate everybody tuning in and joining me in the chat. Like I said, leave comments on the replay. Um, like something else I was wanting to get to. It's not in my notes, and I just probably totally forgot. Get get forgetful when you get my age, kids. But like I said, tomorrow's Friday. I'll be a little more awake tomorrow. Wrestling Gold Friday night. We'll be watching some Stampede Wrestling from Canada. And I think, yeah, is it 86 or 87? Um, I really couldn't go back no further than that. I was kind of looking, but this, I figured this, or this, the show we'll be watching tomorrow night, the watch along. It will have some names you probably remember, at least heard of. I don't know if anybody's heard of a Brian Pillman or an Owen Hart. I believe the show has we'll be watching has both of those folks on there and much more. Uh, Pretty psyched up about because again, I know I say this a lot. This is another one of those promotions did not get to see. Uh, Probably got to see a match or something like that on Pro Wrestling this week, but never full episodes or anything like that on Superstars of Wrestling. So this is pretty much kind of watching, observing. Uh, yeah, it's a later Stampede. It was like I said, Owen Hart is on it. Brian Pillman, rookie Brian Pillman, rookie Owen Hart. And I forgot. There's some names I remember. Just reading from the magazines, and some of these people probably had like a cup of coffee in WCW and stuff like that. Uh, but couldn't really find anything later. So maybe one of these days we'll see how this one goes, and probably do one earlier than that. Let's see. It seemed like the following week I had one in mind, but I'll remember. I think next Friday we might be doing some Georgia Championship wrestling. I think it's kind of mostly highlights. Because remember, Georgia Championship Wrestling was a 2 hour show. Which brings me to hey, if anybody's in the chat that's listening to this and knows where I can uh, get my hands on some full episodes of All South Wrestling and Georgia Championship Wrestling during the whole Atlanta Wrestling War, that would be greatly appreciated. Because the only thing I found on YouTube is I think there was an All South Wrestling around '85. I think that's when uh, Crockett took over WTBS, and of course, Tommy Rich or Miss Wrestling 2 did not go there, did not, was invited to that party, or just didn't want to work for Jim Crockett and Dusty Rhodes. Um, but so, and I've been listening to a lot about the Georgia War or the Atlanta Wrestling War, so I'm really intrigued right now. I've always been intrigued by that, what went on, especially now that I've finally. There's always two sides of the story. Uh, You always kind of heard that uh, it was poor Ann Gunkel. She was trying to run against the NWA, and they creamed her and stuff like that. Because she's a woman and stuff like that. But now that you hear a little bit more background about it, it's kind of okay. It's she didn't really make this decision to uh kind of take over the town uh, on her own. It was stuff was brewing. So anyway, um, so I'm very I would like to actually see the wrestling episodes of All South and probably Georgia Championship Wrestling at the time. If anybody's got copies of those, but Uh, but yeah, very very intrigued by those. Only thing I get from All South, like I say, you get some footage from '85. You do got some footage, I think 78, 79, but it's like one match. Or if you, I can Google like Jim Wilson, say he was there, and you get a couple of his matches. Um, Also, you get where at the, I forgot what they called it, Independent Wrestling League or something like that, or Independent Wrestling Union. I forgot what it was, or International Wrestling League or International Wrestling Union. I forgot what it was called, but basically, Jim Wilson, Thunderbolt Patterson, uh, Big Red was there. Somebody else was there too. It was only thing I see. Not really too many matches. It's just like promo, and it's no disrespect to Jim Wilson. He's not here to defend himself. He passed away a few years ago, but guys, his interviews were freaking cringe. Gosh, maybe I'll play a highlight of that one day. But I actually read his book, or I haven't read it all yet, but um, so I did get some, but it's more, you know, his claim that NWA blackballed him because he didn't, or Jim Barnett got the NWA to blackball him because Jim Wilson went to sleep with Jim Barnett. That's his claim. Went there, don't know what happened. A lot, I think a lot of other wrestlers called bullshit on that one. Uh, there is a, no, I won't get in trouble. But there is a Morton Downey Jr. episode. I don't know if you remember Morton Downey Jr. I had David Schultz on there, had Jim Wilson on there, had Thunderbolt on there. A call in from this kid named Paulie Dangerously. Who else had on? I think but of course David Schultz he played up his character uh, greatly. He was uh, let's just say he gave Jim Wilson hell. He gave Thunderbolt Patterson hell. He was pretty much legitimately blackballed from wrestling. He was still there defending it because that's how he got kind of like out of the wrestling business, is defending the business. It's pretty sad. Uh, so yeah, WWE Hall of Fame, dude, put David Schultz in there. All right, he 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 stuck his neck out literally, or not literally, but he pretty much helped him kill his career when he smacked John Stossel. Uh, Not a fan of John Stossel. I agree with some of his opinions, but just don't like him. He seems like an arrogant prick, especially when that Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know if did you watch that? Anybody watch the Dark Side of the Ring? Like the 2020, what do they call it? Slap for around the world. But that you know, John Stossel don't mind bragging about how he got paid. Uh, he said, I guess it hurts enough that he got paid $450,000. Um, so yes, Stampede tomorrow. Like I said, 86, 87. I go back and look at. Yes, it'll be 87, uh, December 11th, 1987. That's what I got here. And the week after next, it'll be Georgia Championship Wrestling, uh, September 19th, 1981. And I guess somebody already broke this into two parts, and we're watching part number two. Hey, has anybody watched the? Apparently, it's going to be a documentary. It's going to be a documentary on Raven. Has anybody seen a? Yeah, give me a second here. I don't know if anybody's. Let me set this up.
All right, so you feel like you wrote a great script. You
Has anybody seen the trailer for the Raven documentary? Here, I'll get my little trailer. It's called Nevermore, the Raven Effect. Looks pretty interesting. Here we go.
Wrestling is such a brutal business. It doesn't surprise people that it would attract sociopaths, fame whores, coke whores, adrenaline whores. But why is it attracting artists?
He took this character in that era of grunge music, teen angst, and he brought that to the forefront of professional wrestling.
It felt like a radical movement in something that had really changed for 7 or 8 years.
ECW and Raven were the birth of the Attitude Era.
You know, yeah, Duvez was definitely stealing shit from us. I felt a bit ripped off.
Toughest parts about being in a relationship with him are worrying if he's gonna wake up every morning.
Because of my knee surgery, I'll be 59 when I restart wrestling again. Brain damage, sure, I got plenty of that. Too many chair shots.
I've knocked out a bunch of son bitches, and I've been knocked out a bunch of times. I would tell people break a chair over my head as hard as you could.
Well, I fucking, what is it? The CICTI? CTA. There were no safety standards at the time.
Normally, you don't entice fans to bring weapons. This was ECW.
ECW was really the Rocky Horror Picture Show on steroids. And maybe some heroin, too.
If you landed on someone in the crowd, kicked them in the face, set them on fire, they weren't going to sue you.
The ECW locker room was like no locker room I've ever been in. It was like a party.
The joke was that if you passed the drug test, then you got fired.
It was sex, drugs, and rock and roll back in those days.
So everyone was taking ecstasy, everyone was drinking. Say to call chick, we gotta be at work in an hour.
I had liquid Demerol for surgeries. I had a doctor giving me that.
So like, holy shit, like call 911.
They met us on the highway, needle in the chest, woke up in the emergency room.
And then the Sandman worked that night after being declared dead.
We would go to funerals high. And he just wasn't a good drug addict.
Wrestlers die all the time. That's a concern for me on like a daily basis.
Wrestling and doing drugs are my two things that I'm really fucking good at. And doing drugs is not something you want to be fucking good at.
Yeah, that looks pretty interesting.
Wrestling is such a brutal business.
So yeah, what do y'all think about that? That looks pretty interesting. It's basically another ECW documentary, but it's wrapped around Raven. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's going. Sometimes documentaries don't not shown in theaters, but just select theaters. So the new documentary on Raven is coming soon. That's all they said. So no, as of right now, no release date has been given. Of course, create some freaking website. Yes, finished, but like I said, don't look like a release date. And so yeah, but yeah, not still no word yet on when it'll be released. Yeah, yeah, we watched the ECW episode the other week, didn't we? Yeah, that documentary definitely looks good. Kind of sad seeing Raven sitting there, and seeing his hand shake like that. That's not good. um, yeah, nobody said anything about the release date or anything like that. Leave it. So when I find out, I'll let you folks know when the documentary becomes available. Anyway, all right, let's try this again. Like I was saying before, I'm gonna call it a night for now. Need to get some rest. Like I said, even my sleep pattern's been really off this week. Yeah, I've been having one of those weeks. So it's kind of hit me yesterday and today. But hopefully I'll be bright and early or uh, more awake and bright tomorrow. Or, I have no idea. Anyway, appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, if you watch it, on the replay, leave a comment. Even if it's just say hey. Uh, if anybody out there knows the release date, let me know in the comments. Also, if you're entertained by this, give me a thumbs up button or click the thumbs up button. That lets me know you like it. I need to lay down. Anyway, click the thumbs up. Lets me know you like it. Also, be a champ. And hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber yet. Share with friends. Come to subscribe to my channel. All that is appreciated. Like I said, trying to slowly but surely improve my formats and everything, and up my game a little bit. So to give you folks a very best product. You folks have a good one. Take it easy. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Fridays starting at 8 p.m.